spot for him
This is
right
how
now.
much I hate the idea of Deuce Staley as head coach. I'm literally okay with anybody else that they hire. Like, I hate the idea of Deuce being promoted to head coach so much that they could hire Todd Bowles and I wouldn't like it, but I'd be like, well, hell, at least it's not Deuce. Like, literally, that's where I'm at with like Deuce being named the head coach on this football team. Like, and that's not an insult to Deuce, as you're saying. It's just this whole idea that this whole thing's turned into a cancer and it's just completely gotten out of hand, and whether Deuce is responsible for it in any way or not is irrelevant. The bottom line is he's been here to see it all go from really, really good to nosedive to really, really bad and pretty much as close to rock bottom as you can get. I don't need anybody involved with that to be involved with this. If we're rebuilding or whatever the phrase we want to use is, then it needs to be a full rebuild. And that means you need people that have nothing to do with the losing environment that this has now become. It's a losing environment. And, I hate to have to fucking say it, but that's what it is. Right now, this is a losing environment, and the culture that we thought got changed right after the Super Bowl win wasn't the case. And we need to find somebody that can actually come in and at least start, maybe planting the seeds, of a foundation here going forward.
Yeah, and I don't like that it almost worries me when you see all the veterans make a case for Deuce.
There's a lot of enablers.
Yeah, it's like really weird. Like, it's almost like, well, why do you guys you can love the guy, but you guys are all making a really big case for him, and it makes me concerned that it's just because you can get away with stuff. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's strange.
That's the whole culture, environment, whatever you want to talk about that's here.
Oh, there you go. There's your buddy right there. There you go.
I wouldn't be mad at Joe Brady. To be honest, if we're going to take a shot on some guy and just say, okay, we're just, let's take a shot. I'm okay with bringing in some guy that, a lot of people around the league seem to think is the next big thing. If it blows up in your face, okay, it blows up in your face. So what? We weren't in a good position anyway. But I would be okay on taking a shot with him. But, the idea obviously is, can he come in and immediately demand respect from players in this whole idea that, hey, what was going on here before is bullshit and this is the way it's going to work now. Maybe that's where the McDaniels thing, no matter, if I'm talking about how much I hate Howie Roseman, can't stand that weasel. I got to think no matter what, Roseman's influence on this football team is, if a guy like McDaniels is in here, the moment he walks in that door, right, he's got everybody's attention on that football team right away, like that. Like, right away, everybody, snaps to attention. Oh, shit, this guy's here. He means business. This guy knows how to win. This is somebody that, we need to listen to, how he can almost be filtered out in that sense, where, like, even if I have to worry about him and all the bullshit that goes on with him making personnel decisions as my GM, I almost don't have to worry about the weasel effect that he has on this football team, because Josh McDaniels will take care of all that for me. Hopefully. Like, that's the mindset I've got to take toward the idea of hiring a guy like McDaniels. Because Deuce isn't going to block any of that shit out. You know what I mean? Like, Roseman's going to be the same old weasel snake that he's always been if a guy like Deuce is the head coach. And there's going to be absolutely nobody here to silence him or filter him out. And,
And that's where we're at. I mean, there's control issues. There's too many problems. And that doesn't mean that a football team can't get better overnight. That doesn't mean the team can't win 9-10 games next year. I'm not saying any of that. I don't know. I don't got that crystal ball. I don't know what the roster is going to look like. But the ebb and flow of the National Football League and how fast teams can go from 4 wins to 10 wins in a blink of an eye, especially with good quarterback play. I mean, so I don't know. So that's why I'm not in like I know what Jeffrey Lurie said. I consider him a liar anyway, but he's talking about 2 to 5 years rebuild, all this other stuff. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it doesn't mean I'm looking for a shithead coach to just get through it. You know what I mean? I'm looking for somebody that changes organization and move us in the right direction moving forward.
But it's so weird to me, 2 to 5 years. Well, 5 years is a rebuild. 2 years is a retool.
We did 2 years last time, or we made it 1 year, Zach.
Yeah, like 2 to 5 years, that tells me you don't even know what the fuck you want to do. Like, you didn't tell me anything by telling me that.
Yeah, you just said, hey, we might lose for a minute.
Well, we might not. That's what you told me. That's literally, we don't know anything about what the Eagles' future is based off of that press conference we watched with Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman.
No, actually, we do. It's dark. It's dark and full of tears of Eagles fans. I promise you.
Okay, we don't know anything positive about the Eagles.
Correct.
Watching that
Correct.
a few days ago.